What are macros? Macronutrients or macros are what make up the caloric content of the foods that you eat. There are three categories of macros, and they are protein, carbs, and fat. It is very important that you count your macros and not just your calories, because where you're getting your calories from really do matter. Protein is the most essential macronutrient and will help you build muscle and help to prevent muscle loss. It is the most satiating macro, helping you to be able to fight off hunger and will make you feel full longer. Adequate protein intake plays a major role in the maintenance of muscle mass while in a caloric deficit. When you lose weight, the body loses more amino acids than it retains, and for that reason, you must eat more protein. Carbs are vital to physical activity and important for our mental health. We get our main source of energy from carbohydrates. Carbs also support leptin, a hormone that regulates appetite and metabolism. High carbs will support the testosterone to cortisol ratio in active individuals, leading to better hormonal profile. They will also keep you satisfied and promote relaxation and better quality of sleep. There are two different types of carbs, simple and complex. Simple carbs are made of just one or two sugar molecules. They are the quickest source of energy and they are very rapidly digested. Examples of simple carbs are sugars, candy, soda, cookies, and enriched pasta. Complex carbs are green vegetables, whole grains, starchy vegetables such as potatoes, sweet potatoes, corn, and pumpkin. Fats help to keep our hormone levels in balance, and they are essential nutrients that our body need to live. Also, a diet very low in fats leads to hormonal imbalance, including testosterone production. Fats are the most nutrient-dense nutrient. Examples of good fats are coconut oil, olive oil, and avocados, nuts, and fish oil. Why should you track and count your macros? Counting your macros is more important than you might think. Getting the right amount of protein, carbs, and fat into your diet will help you reach your fitness goals, whether you're trying to lose some weight to burn off fat or to put on muscle. Meal plans should have a good balance of all three macros. When your diet is too low in protein, you could end up losing muscle instead of fat, which can result in a slower metabolism. If you aren't getting enough carbs, you may be very low in energy, and if you are too low in fats, you might suffer from hormonal imbalances. If carbs or fats are too high, you may not see fat loss results. Tracking my macros has become very simple. I tend to eat the same things over and over again, so it becomes very easy to track. The only food that changes is dinner. This allows me to save lots of time and money and to help me lose weight a whole lot quicker. Tracking macros allows your diet to get relatively specific results using very specific measures. Tracking your macros can be a very great way to achieve weight loss, but sometimes can lead to frustration when you aren't seeing the results you want in terms of fat loss. Let's talk about weight loss versus fat loss. These two often get used interchangeably. However, there are different things that oftentimes require different variables to help you achieve results. Weight loss comes from being on a caloric deficit, thus leading to weight loss. Fat loss can be triggered when you start tracking your macronutrients because of the way your body responds to protein, fats, and carbs. By tracking your macros, you can make sure your workouts are properly fueled while being on a caloric deficit. This will help you achieve the best results. Getting started with tracking macros is all about determining what your objectives are. Are you trying to lose fat? Are you trying to gain muscle? Do you want to maintain your weight but change your body composition? All these objectives will have different starting points in terms of macros and will vary even further with the level of exercise you're putting in. So go ahead and grab a piece of paper, write down the ratios you'll be aiming for. A good starting baseline will be 50% carbs, 30% protein, and 20% fat. If you're making any adjustments, just make sure your ratios add up to 100%. Because I am over 50, I like setting my macros around 40% carbs, 30% protein, and 30% fat. For me, these percentages help me increase testosterone while retaining muscle. When you're over 40, you want to make sure you eat foods that increase testosterone, lowers estrogen, while at the same time losing fat and retaining muscle. When it comes to any diets, developing a routine that you can adapt around your lifestyle is going to be key. When trying to lose weight, the key is not to give up and use whatever resources are available to you to help you reach your goal. So before heading to the next video, make sure you download my MyFitnessPal app and start tracking what you eat. You can also track your macros on CalorieKing.com. I also included a tracking spreadsheet you can use if you are using Calorie King. I also have a video coming out soon on how to use my MyFitnessPal app and how to use CalorieKing.com to help you track your macros properly. Here are some simple rules to follow. Number 1, determine your total daily energy expenditure. It is very important to know how many calories your body burns daily. Number 2, go ahead and download my MyFitnessPal app on your mobile phone. Number 3, purchase an electronic food scale. This will allow you to quickly and easily weigh your food so you can accurately enter into your new app to determine the number of calories and macros you are consuming. Number 4, don't bother counting calories from low-calorie sauces or any flavorings such as mustard, hot sauce, tomato sauce, or any type of vinegar. Number 5, don't worry about hitting your calories and macronutrients exactly each day. Number 6, plan ahead on what food you're going to start eating. I usually eat the same food daily. This helps me meet my macros and helps me save lots of money at the grocery store. And number 7, try to stay consistent. So let's recap on what we have learned so far. You have learned how to determine the amount of calories your body burns, which is called your TDEE. You have learned that the only true way of losing weight is to be on a caloric deficit, regardless in what you have read or heard. You have learned that tracking your macros is the fastest and easiest way to keep you on track of the food you eat until you reach your weight loss goals. And in the next and last video, we're going to talk about creating a workout program to help you get the body you have always wanted.